My name is Ellen Kodadek, and I'm the Executive and Artistic Director of Flushing Town Hall. We're here today to talk about our upcoming brand new Music Mix series, which is going to be a series of both traditional and new jazz performed here in our intimate galleries with a jazz club feel, starting this Friday night, October 25th, and going through to spring 2014. We're inviting the community to come and check out all the great jazz that we have to offer here at Flushing Town Hall. Thank you very much. My name is Ellen Kodadek, and I'm the Executive and Artistic Director of Flushing Council on Culture and the Arts. And we restored and program and manage this beautiful historic building, Flushing Town Hall, on behalf of New York City. So welcome to all of you. Our second floor theater will be closed for 4 months for extensive renovations. So our first floor galleries will become the go-to place for great music, art-making workshops, a Halloween free festival, workshops for school children, winter holiday programs, and much more. We're open during the renovation and invite the community to enjoy our year-round programs. We're here today to tell you about a brand new series that will premiere in our galleries this coming Friday evening, October 25th, named Music Mix, with both traditional and new jazz performed in an intimate setting with a jazz club feel. Music Mix has 2 curators who are selecting the performers with the highest quality and most fun in mind. Music Mix Clyde's Picks are curated by Flushing Town Hall's long-standing jazz curator and music producer Clyde Ballard, who conceived of our annual NEA Jazz Masters Concert and our annual Queen's Jazz Orchestra Concert. Music Mix is also curated by Q-Jog, members of the Queen's Jazz Overground, for Music Mix Q-Jog Picks, curated by members of the Queen's Jazz Overground, which is a Queens-based collective of vibrant, talented musicians who are committed to stimulating a wider awareness of Queens as a destination for live jazz by bringing more jazz to our borough and introducing you to the next generation of jazz greats. As Flushing Town Hall has a very long history of presenting traditional jazz, new jazz, and global fusion jazz, we're delighted to expand our partnership with the Queen's Jazz Overground, Q-Jog, by selecting them to curate half of our new Music Mix series. Our partnership also includes, thanks to partial funding from the Louis Armstrong Foundation, Flushing Town Hall's monthly free jazz clinic for high school students, and a monthly jazz jam for area musicians, all led by Q-Jog here at Flushing Town Hall. Between now and December, this season's Music Mix includes Brian Woodruff's OKB Trio, that's this Friday night, Trumpeters of Queens, the Hendrik Merkens Samba Jazz Quartet, Boogie Woogie Ragtime and Stride Piano Music, Amanda Monaco carols and car races, and the David Leonhardt Trio in a winter holiday jazz concert. There will be more Music Mix programs after January, with the series continuing through spring 2014. Also, we invite you to circle your calendars for Saturday, April 26th from noon till 10 p.m. when Flushing Town Hall and the Queens Jazz Overground present Spring Jazz Fest 2014, a free 10-hour festival of jazz. And now to say a few words, please welcome half of the curators of our new Music Mix series, Mr. Clyde Ballard. Clyde?
Hello, everybody. As Ellen was saying, the Queens Jazz Overground is the contemporary extension of producing and presenting the new jazz artists that come from Queens. As you know, Queens has a huge litany of great jazz artists who have moved and lived here. And what they're doing is continuing that legacy by bringing great music here. And rightfully so at Flushing Town Hall, because we've been producing jazz for the last 15 years. I met the organization through Brian Woodruff, the drummer there. I've been playing with him for about 10 years, and he introduced me to the concept, and it was very beautiful. And so we have a lot of great music here. Town Hall has actually been called the jazz capital of Queens, because we continually produce great music, and we'll continue to do so with the Queens Jazz Overground. And thank you. Come on out to Clyde's Mix. We're going to have great music and great fun. Thank you, Ellen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the leaders of the Queens Jazz Overground, whom you heard play shortly. They're going to say a few words, and then they're going to give you another wonderful taste of Music Mix Q-Jock picks to come.
Welcome to Flushing Town Hall. I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the program in general, and then specifically, I'm mostly going to talk about this Friday because I'm playing, and I'm honored to be playing. But we're going to, as Clyde said, maybe we're a little bit more on the contemporary side of the music. And we're interested particularly in focusing on composers and musicians who reside here in the borough. You don't have to live in Queens to be in the bands, but you have to be in Queens to lead it. That's how we book the bands for the upcoming series. And I will let the others talk about the concerts that they're going to be curating specifically. We sort of divided them between the two of us. But I have this upcoming Friday, the OKB Trio, which is my group. And the song that we started with this morning is an old standard that Fats Waller made famous. It's called I'm Gonna Sit Right Down and Write Myself a Letter. And the OKB Trio, as you may see if you have the bio in front of you, what we do is we kind of play the outer edges of the Great American Songbook. They might not be standards that you've heard before, but they'll feel familiar. They'll feel friendly. We're not going to take it so far out that you feel like this music is so challenging to me. But at the same point, it's it's going to be a little bit on the outer edges in terms of how we play it. So also in April, I will be, the organization will be, but we're going to have Helen Sung, the great jazz pianist here. I'm sorry, did you have a question?
Yes, what does OKB mean?
Oh, that's a good point. OKB, they're my two good friends and myself. O stands for Oscar Perez, the pianist. K stands for Kuriko Sagawa, the bassist. And B stands for Brian Woodruff, the drummer, and that's me. And this band is one of my favorites because we have a chemical connection that goes really deep. And I've been talking about it for years. I've been running a jam session in Astoria at a place called Blackbirds, and every week I have a different band. And of all the bands I brought in, this one I was just like, wow, I could feel like sparks flying everywhere the first time we played, and that was over 3 years ago, and the sparks have grown, and just for the chemical combination, you should hear it. Anyway, I'm now going to turn the microphone over to Josh Deutsch so he can tell you about his upcoming date in November.
So I want to tell you about a couple things. Firstly, the November series that I'm curating, I'm starting a little mini-series called The Trumpeters of Queens. There's, in addition to myself, a ton of trumpet players that happen to live in this borough, continuing in the tradition of Louis Armstrong, Dizzy Gillespie, so we're very excited to continue the trumpet lineage right here in Queens. So November 8th, the first one of this series is going to feature a quintet that I lead, as well as fantastic trumpet player Nicky Hirose is also going to bring a quintet. He's fantastic as well. The other thing I wanted to let you all know about is we've started leading the jam sessions here, which are the first Wednesday of every month, as well as a clinic that happens right beforehand. And what we're doing is, whenever possible, we're trying to have the group that's going to be featured on our on the monthly Q-Jog series. Also, there's going to be a component of that as part of the house band. So this coming jam session, November 6th, is going to feature also my quintet. And we're going to lead the clinic that day, which will be from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And we're going to specifically be talking about interaction, which is kind of the deeper level of what makes this music so great. Beyond just the song itself, the little conversations that you have going on between the drummer and the horn player, or the bass player and the guitar or the pianist. So we're going to be working with the high school students and anybody else who's here on developing the ability to really communicate within the band. So that'll be from 5 to 7, and then right afterwards we'll have a 3-hour jam session from 7 to 10, so all the people that were at the clinic and everybody else who wants to come play will be welcome to come play some tunes together. And like I said, the jam session, that's the first Wednesday of every month, and it'll always have a clinic right beforehand. So we hope to see many musicians of all ages coming out for that. I'm going to turn the mic over to Amanda Monaco in order to tell you about the rest of the series that we have going on for the year. Thanks.
I am a member of Q-Jog that does the Christmas concert every year. So I will be doing a concert. I'm curating 2 concerts. The first one will be my group Formula One. My last name is Monaco. The Monaco Grand Prix is the most difficult course in the Formula One racing season, which is why I am presenting a concert of songs about Christmas and car races. And the second concert I'm curating will be the trio Vosté in February. It's going to be a beautiful trio of Queens-based musicians, vocals, piano, and nylon string guitar. So that'll be on Valentine's Day. So it'll be very romantic. And the rest of the series, and everybody is based in Queens band leader-wise. David Hazeltine, who's a great jazz pianist, will be performing with his trio in January. There will be more trumpeters of Queens in 2014. And we'll also be teaming up for a jam session with our counterparts, the Brooklyn Jazz Underground, in June for the jam session. So it's going to be a lot of things happening, a lot of different jazz events, but all tied together with the borough of Queens. Thank you.
Okay, we're good. Clyde, I don't know if you want to mention some of the, some more information about some of the music mix that you've curated. Like Hendrik Merkens is coming up. Last time he was here, we packed the house.
Yeah. Yeah, we have Hendrik Merkens, who's a German-born harmonica player who's considered the most important person besides Toots Thielemans. He's a really beautiful player. He's lived in Brazil about 10 years. His children are from Brazil. Whenever he plays, the music is just absolutely beautiful. We also have Ayole Makaru coming in with the wind ensemble. He's doing a show based around stride music, boogie woogie. So he'll be playing the music of Scott Joplin, Fats Waller, William Lyon Smith. That's all I have for those 2 dates. We'll have more coming up in 2014. We're doing 1920s music, speakeasy music with Barbara Rosine. She's one of the leading protagonists of 1920s and 30s music as a vocalist. And so she's got a great band. Most of her band members are playing with Woody Allen, so it's really authentic 1920s music. And that's all I have for now, but come on out, it's going to be beautiful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, we are counting on you to help us get the word out to our community, to our neighbors, to people who live here in Queens, to introduce them to all of the wonderful jazz programming and other programs that take place here at Flushing Town Hall all year long. So without any further ado, I think it's time for more music. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Queens Jazz Overground.
Clyde Bullard, the jazz consultant and curator at Flushing Town Hall. I've been here 15 years. We're here at a press conference for the music mix series that we're doing. Wonderful music. Behind me is playing the Queens Jazz Overground. They will be curating a series of concerts here as well as myself. So please come out. It's going to be great music and great cultural music. And Queens is one of the most important boroughs in the world because there's been a litany of great jazz artists who have lived here. Billie Holiday, Louis Armstrong, Dizzy Gillespie, Clark Terry, Jimmy Heath, James P. Johnson, you know, Fats Waller, on and on. So please come out to Flushing Town Hall and say hello to Ellen Kodadek, our executive director. Be well.
Hi, I'm Brian Woodruff. We're here with the Queens Jazz Overground, and we are going to be curating a concert series here at Flushing Town Hall called QJOG Picks, Music Mix QJOG Picks, Music Mix QJOG Picks. It will start this Friday, October 25th, with my band, the OKB Trio. The OKB Trio features Oscar Perez on piano, he is O. Kuriko Sagawa on the bass, she is K, and myself, Brian Woodruff, on drums, I'm B. And we're going to play some standards that maybe you haven't heard before, and we're going to swing real hard, and we're going to samba real soft, and we're basically you're going to have a great time. You can relax, and we'll push all the buttons. Amanda Monaco, would you like to speak to the Korean community of Queens? Come on over. We're going to get Amanda Monaco here, and she's going to tell you about some other things that we have going on.
Hi. I'm Amanda Monaco from the Queens Jazz Overgrounds. We have a lot of great stuff coming up for the Music Mix QJOG Picks series. Different kinds of jazz. We've got a Brazilian trio. We've got a traditional jazz piano trio. We have a Christmas jazz concert that will also include songs about car racing. And yeah, a lot of great stuff happening. Every band leader is based in Queens. Do come out and enjoy it. We hope you enjoy it.